This is Iron Protocol. If this is useful, like the video and subscribe. It helps us raise the standard. This video is for people who take their physical potential seriously. Most fitness enthusiasts train for the mirror, focusing on muscle size and temporary aesthetics. This approach fails the moment you are required to perform under genuine physical or mental stress. Real strength is the ability to move your own weight, endure pain, and remain stable when the environment becomes hostile. Today, I will show you the 7 exercises used by special forces to build a body that is actually useful. Let us begin. 1. The tactical core foundation. Dynamic core stability is the difference between a body that functions and a body that breaks under load. Most people treat abdominal training as an afterthought, performing a few sets of crunches at the end of a workout. Special Forces operators use mountain climbers because they demand total body integration under cardiovascular stress. When you fail to develop this specific type of stability, your power transfer between your upper and lower body is severed. In a high-stakes environment, a weak midsection leads to premature fatigue and eventual injury. To execute this correctly, maintain a high plank position with your hands stacked directly under your shoulders. Drive your knees toward your chest with explosive intent while keeping your hips level and your spine neutral. The objective is not just speed, but the absolute control of your center of gravity while your limbs are in motion. Perform 3 sets for 45 seconds, reducing your rest periods until you can maintain perfect form for 2 minutes straight. 2. Primitive locomotion and mental grit. The bear crawl is an exercise that most adults have forgotten, yet it is a cornerstone of elite military conditioning. It forces the body to operate as a single coordinated unit, engaging the deltoids, core, and quadriceps simultaneously. If you rely solely on isolated machine exercises, you lose the ability to move through difficult terrain with agility and power. Ignoring primitive movement patterns results in a body that looks strong but moves with the rigidity of a statue. Special Forces utilize this movement to build a level of work capacity that traditional weightlifting cannot replicate. Set your hands and feet on the ground, keeping your knees hovered just inches above the surface to maintain tension. Move forward with opposite limbs in unison, keeping your back as flat as a table throughout the entire duration. Do not let your hips rise, as this shifts the load away from the core and diminishes the effectiveness of the movement. Measure your progress by distance, aiming for 50 meters of continuous movement without letting your knees touch the ground. 3. Unstable load management. Standard gym equipment is designed to be balanced and easy to grip, which is the opposite of reality. The sandbag deadlift forces you to manage shifting weight, which is essential for dragging equipment or carrying a teammate. Relying on a perfectly knurled barbell creates a false sense of security and leaves your grip and stabilizers underdeveloped. When you encounter a real-world heavy object, your body will likely fail because it hasn't been trained for imbalance. This exercise builds the thick functional back and forearm strength that characterizes elite operators. Position the sandbag between your feet, hinge at the hips, and maintain a rigid neutral spine as you grip the material. Drive through your heels and stand tall, feeling the weight attempt to pull your posture out of alignment. Control the descent with the same intensity as the lift, never allowing the weight to dictate your form. Mastering this movement ensures that you are prepared for the unpredictable nature of physical labor and combat. 4. Unilateral stability and symmetry. The shoulder tap push-up transforms a basic movement into a diagnostic tool for your physical weaknesses. Most trainees have significant imbalances between their left and right sides that remain hidden during standard bench presses. These imbalances are liabilities that lead to rotator cuff injuries and decreased pushing power when it matters most. By removing one point of contact during the push-up, you force your core and shoulder stabilizers to compensate. This builds the unilateral integrity required to maintain your position while operating equipment with one hand. Execute a standard push-up, but as you reach the top, tap your opposite shoulder without allowing your hips to tilt. The goal is to remain so stable that an observer cannot tell which hand has left the ground. If your hips rotate, you have failed the repetition and must reset your core tension. Incorporate this into your routine to ensure your strength is symmetrical and your joints are bulletproof. 5. Metabolic resilience under pressure. The burpee is the most efficient tool for testing a man's willingness to continue when his lungs are burning. In Special Forces training, this is not just an exercise. It is a test of your psychological refusal to quit. Modern fitness culture often prioritizes comfort, but true readiness requires you to embrace high-intensity discomfort. If you cannot move your entire body weight from the floor to a jump repeatedly, you are not truly fit for service. The burpee recruits every major muscle group and demands maximum oxygen consumption in a very short window. Drop to the floor, perform a full chest-to-ground push-up, and snap your feet back under you with violent speed. Finish with a maximal vertical jump, reaching for the ceiling to ensure full hip extension. Avoid the common mistake of slowing down as you fatigue. The mental training happens in the final repetitions. Complete 5 sets of 20 repetitions with minimal rest to build a heart that can handle any crisis. 6. Isometric discipline and cold exposure. The cold plank hold is a lesson in stillness and internal control, while the external environment is working against you. Elite units often perform their holds in freezing rain or early morning frost to build a specific kind of mental hardness. Maintaining a rigid plank is simple in a climate-controlled gym, but it becomes a battle of wills in the cold. A lack of isometric strength means your body will buckle under the weight of a heavy pack, or during long periods of waiting. This exercise teaches you to regulate your breathing and heart rate while your muscles are under extreme tension. Place your forearms on the ground, lock your knees, and squeeze your glutes until your body is a solid iron bar. If possible, perform this outdoors during the coldest part of the day to maximize the neurobiological benefits. Do not allow your mind to wander. Focus entirely on the contraction of your muscles and the rhythm of your breath. Start with 60 seconds and increase your duration only when you can remain perfectly still without shaking. 7. The absolute standard of strength. The pull-up is the ultimate indicator of your strength-to-weight ratio and is the one metric that cannot be faked. In the Special Forces, if you cannot pull your own weight over a ledge or a bar, you are a liability to the team. Many people can move heavy weights on a lat pull-down machine, but struggle to perform 10 strict pull-ups. This discrepancy proves that their strength is a performance for the gym rather than a tool for survival. The pull-up builds a wide, powerful back and a grip that will not fail when your life depends on it. Hang from the bar with a dead hang, then pull your chest to the bar without using your legs for momentum. Lower yourself slowly, maintaining tension in your lats and avoiding the temptation to drop quickly. Kipping or swinging is an admission of weakness and has no place in a serious training protocol. Strive for 3 sets of maximal repetitions, focusing on the quality of the contraction above all else. Now you know the physical requirements of the elite and why your current training may be leaving you vulnerable. Understanding these 7 movements is a necessary step, but understanding how to fuel this level of performance is even more important. You should stay subscribed to this channel to gain the tactical nutritional knowledge that supports this high-intensity lifestyle.